Now, as far as the ancient Kemetics were concerned, or the ancient Egyptians, much of our civilizations are based on them. The ancient Egyptians were the ones that made sure that we had writing. As a matter of fact, if you look at my series on Moses, you'll find that Moses was educated. As it says in Acts the 7th chapter, it said he was educated in all the wisdom of the ancient Kemetics, or the ancient Egyptians. And when you really look at Moses, in the Moses part of usgodpower, you will find that Moses had to have been an African or black. And again, why is that? Well, where did he live? He lived in Egypt, or ancient Kemet. Where's ancient Kemet? In the Middle East? Not at all. It's in Africa. And Africa is the name of Africa really is not the proper name. Our ancestors called the place Al-Kabulan. Al-Kabulan. So it's important to know the names, because we're giving the right program. Remember, this is usgodpower. This is a positive program for black people. That means you're not really black, so to speak. The world has a definition for black that's negative. But when we look at it positively, you are somebody that is an ancestor, a descendant of the Al-Kabulanian people. And Al-Kabulan was really the center of the ancient world. As a matter of fact, the Greeks said that, you know what? The Kemetics, we got our civilization from the Kemetics. How do we know this? Because they said it. Now, some people will say, well, what about Herodotus? Herodotus was an ancient Greek historian. He was the father of Greek history. Let's make that clear, because history was way before Herodotus was born and the Kemetics had it. The point of the matter is, the ancient history, Herodotus said, you know what? The Kemetics, the ancient Egyptians, were black people. Now, some people go, well, Herodotus was also called the father of lies. He exaggerated. Well, he didn't really exaggerate on that, because there's another ancient historian called Diodorus. And Diodorus also said that the ancient Kemetics were black people, were typical Africans. And if you go into the Keep the Baby series in usgodpower, we see the tomb of Ramses III, and the tomb represents the different people that the ancient Kemetics were in contact with. They showed a Kemetic, or an ancient Egyptian, that was Ramses. They showed a Semitic. They showed someone else, and then they also showed a typical African. And when you look at the Kemetic and the African, or the Al-Kabulanian, they look alike. So we know that the ancient Africans, the ancient Kemetics, that is, the ancient Egyptians, were black people. And Moses himself was black. Look in the Moses series. And then there's that Zipporah said that an Egyptian rescued them from the shepherds. Check that out in the Moses series of the usgodpower program. Again, this is for you. This is positive. This is God's word. This is God doing something great. He's restored us as a powerful, influential, prosperous, independent group of people. This is what God